Hello, Murray Newlands with Search Engine Journal, here in San Francisco with Bjorn from Finch. What do you guys do?
We do software and services for online merchants spending money on AdWords.
So in this video, we're going to be looking at 5 tips for getting the maximum out of your AdWords. What are your tips?
So this last 18 months, there's been more changes happening with Google than in the previous 10 years combined.
Right.
That represents incredible opportunities for advertisers.
Yep.
One, you're not buying clicks from Google. You're buying the outcome. You want something in return.
Right.
Set up your tracking to capture that. At least capture the revenues that comes from it. Ideally, you want to get it down to a profit level. If you can't get that information accurately, get as close as you can. That is probably the biggest thing. Bid on the outcome. You're buying revenues or profits, not clicks. All right?
Okay.
Secondly, within AdWords, there is different match types you can buy.
Yep.
Buy exact match. Because why? It converts higher. It has a higher click-through rate, which benefits your quality score. And there's this good cycle of good things that happens within the Google ecosystem when that happens. So you have to find a way to capture anytime there's a phrase, broad modifier, search string that converts. Capture that so that next time somebody searches for that exact same thing, you have an exact match version of that keyword.
So that means long keyword list with lots of exact match.
Yes, but what happened as you do this over time is that you keep expanding your keyword bank based on what people are searching for and that's converting.
Yes.
And that's key, because otherwise it gets expensive to buy keywords without knowing whether it's going to work or not.
Absolutely.
And so you just got to keep doing that. So over time you buy relatively more and more exact match keywords.
Yep.
Third, probably one of the biggest changes that's happened in that little ad we see at Google is that now there's all these extensions and parameters on the ad.
Right.
Which one should you use? All of them. Okay. Why? Because each of them helps the click-through rate, gives you ways to communicate with the person that are doing the search. It helps you separate. It helps you differentiate from your competitors.
Yep.
And you get more real estate.
Right.
The click-through rate goes through the roof if you do these things right.
Yep.
And when that happens, your quality score goes up. The new calculation from Google, how they determine ad rank, is now also influenced by extensions.
Okay.
So you just have this whole ecosystem that you trigger by doing this. Take advantage and use as much of it as you can.
Yep.
Because it helps you
By
at the expense.
Being one of the few people who do it, you get the advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to do it, and you got to do it right. There's some best practices around this as well. The other thing is remarketing for search. I did a keynote in London a month ago.
Okay.
And I surveyed the audience, and I asked, how many of you are using remarketing for search? Not display or analytics, but remarketing for search.
Yep.
There was a couple of half hands up, and I asked, how many of you are building profiles, depending on, did they get to the home page, product page, in the cart, completed transaction? You have to build these profiles because when these people come back, depending on how deep they went into the sales funnel, they'll convert differently.
Absolutely.
And now you want to use that information when deciding how much to pay for that click.
And where to put them.
Exactly. So if someone came to your site and they had been to your site previously with a product in their cart that they abandoned,
Yeah.
would you be willing to pay more for that than for a new visitor?
Absolutely.
Nobody's doing it. Not one person in the audience. And these are, top-notch, advertiser and e-commerce merchant. Nobody's doing it.
Pretty amazing.
So you have to do that. And it's a huge gift because everything people had to base it on before was the so-called click funnel.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry about the assisted clicks. Now you actually know how far into the buying funnel that they went. And finally, and this is has been controversial for us on on how we structure campaigns for our clients, because the purpose of account structure, campaign structure, ad group structure is to get actionable information out of it.
Right.
And so the typical way for people to do an ad group is to put 10 to 25 related keywords, and then you put 3 to 5 relevant ads.
Yep.
And then you go on, and it matches how your website is structured, how your warehouse is structured. It's the traditional way to do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to increase the click-through rate on one of these ads, you go and you find the ad with the lowest click-through rate, and you make a change.
Yeah.
Well, that ad now may serve up to 25 keywords, and it may help one, or it may help a second, but it may hurt another one.
Right.
So you have this many-to-many relationship that's almost the definition of insanity, trying to get something out of it, right? So isolate the keywords with the ads. You're going to get a lot more out of it. And so these are 5 different things that you can do. Focus on the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
By exact match clicks, right? And use all the extensions and the parameters that you can, because it helps you and hurts your competitors.
Yeah.
And you have to do remarketing for search. You have to do it. And then structure the account in a way that you get actionable information out of.
Bjorn, some fantastic tips. If people want to find out more and connect with you, how do they do that?
Bjorn@finch.com.
Bjorn, thank you very much. Have a great day. Great to see you in San Francisco.
Likewise. Thank you.
I'm Newlands with Search Engine Journal. I'll see you next time.